My junior year, second semester, I remember I came back to my room, opened my phone, saw an email, and basically, I was told that my grandfather had unfortunately passed away. I was born in New York. After some time, after my freshman year of high school, I moved to Ivory Coast, West Africa, where my father's from. I remember I was having a great time in high school, and my dad, one day he just came, I remember he bought us some Wendy's, and he just kind of broke the news to us. He was like, we're going back to West Africa, where he is from. And of course, that's a big transition for a kid in high school that just got settled in. I love Côte d'Ivoire, which is, the illustrious name of my wonderful country. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm from. And my parents are both graduates of Oakwood, and for the next generation, I guess they just saw what the greatness that Oakwood has to offer, and so they made sure that even though I was across the equator, that my brother and I could both come to Oakwood. I remember one day, it was when I was playing at Bridge Street early on, probably my second time going there. I'm extremely excited. I'm not used to street performing, but it's really exciting. I go and I start playing. I'm pouring my heart out. I remember I had 2 receptacles in front of me, but I noticed something weird. Like, even though people would put tips in the receptacles in front of me, they would never, they weren't putting it behind me. So I looked at about an hour, 30 minutes, there was nothing there. I looked at after the 2-hour segment, there was nothing there. I was like, okay, I had fun playing, but like, what's going on? Something's not adding up. And I remember as I'm packing my stuff away, the next person that was set to perform, he came up to me, he started talking to me, and I realized that he did something a little weird. He placed money inside of his receptacle, but I noticed I was confused as to why he put his money in there first, and he saw the confusion on my face. I didn't even ask, but he saw it, and he was like, oh, I have to satisfy the street performing guys. That's how he put it. So I was intrigued by that statement, but I said, I'll give it a shot. So the next time that I went out there, I tried the same thing. I had the receptacles in front of me, my violin behind me, and I remember what he said. So I took, money out of my wallet. Must have turned around about 20, 30 minutes later, and my violin case is full. And I'm glad it wasn't a windy day. I mean, singles. I saw $2 bills. I saw $5 bills. I saw 20. I was blown away. And that really taught me the importance of just investing in yourself first. It has been one of growth. I don't want to say smooth sailing, because you have your issues, social issues with with friends, and just people coming in, just different experiences that occur. It was my junior year, second semester. I remember I came back to my room, opened my phone, saw an email, and basically, I was told that my grandfather had unfortunately passed away. That was hard for me to kind of take in, because just the previous summer I had seen him. He was an older guy, but he had old man strength. He was good. He was fine. And so to get that unexpectedly, to get that suddenly, without really knowing that, he was sick before, I just found out he was sick. It started getting really serious. And as they transferred him to the hospital, he passed away in the ambulance. Later on that year, last year, which is the first semester of my senior year, my aunt passed away from breast cancer, unfortunately, which completely caught me off guard. I mean, last time I'd seen her, she was in good spirits. Everything was well. I didn't know she was sick. And so those were 2 heavy blows during my time here in college, and something that I really had to push through. Dealing with the loss of a family member is always hard. And that's what I appreciate about Oakwood, just how they approach every student holistically. So, in class, we pray before classes begin, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I do have these classes, but they're still mindful of the fact that students are students, and students have lives, and students are going through it. And so with time, with prayer, with just keeping that faith, I approach it in all confidence, because I know I'll see both of them again. I do have aspirations as I pray, and I'm asking God to help me on that. But one day, after I practice here, and I really, establish myself and gain experience, I do plan to go back to Ivory Coast and, put clinics in underserved villages that don't have access to trained healthcare providers that are really away from the city. That's something I want to do because I feel like everybody deserves a shot at good healthcare. My name is Patrick Bogui, and this is my Oakwood story.